Good evening, friends. As we all know that Mr. Vasant Patwardhan has demitted his office after playing an innings which everybody cherished. And while discharging his duties, his passion for learning the English and translation, etc., got to a higher notch. And during this endeavor, when he was in Bangalore, he also started taking classes. And thereafter, we started connected with him. Now, after demitting the office, we were in connection with one another to how to go about it. So his passion to continue with that started off. Today, the topic is also special, just like Mr. Vasant Patwardhan. That is 13 special uses of tenses. And those who stayed logged in will see that ultimately there are two more bonus special uses of the tenses. So do stay connected with us till the end of the session. And if you like this session, do give us a thumbs up on the YouTube. It helps us to understand what are you liking and what are you sharing. And also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Over to you, Mr. Patwardhan.
Okay. Thank you very much. My evening wishes to the facilitator, Mr. Vikas Chatterjee, and all the viewers present and future. So, we have chosen a subject today by name Special Uses of Tenses. It is part of a journey which we started as polishing grammar. This time with a change, we have named it as Special Uses of Tenses. It is a part of our grammar lesson, and I can tell you firmly, we can take the example of this. See, there is grammar for everything. Just now before starting this class, I struggled. Though Vikas ji was guiding me, as I was not aware of the grammar of this computer, PC, and the app which I am operating, I could not operate it to their satisfaction. I could not effectively operate it. And this happens with our languages also, because the operating instructions of any instrument is same as grammar of any language. Grammar, I always quote that it is a law of language. So unless we know the intrinsic subtle points of that grammar, of that language rather, will not be able to operate it, will not be able to effectively use it. So as a part of that, we have taken today's lesson as Special Uses of Tenses. Before I hop on to the subject, here it has been considered that we are all aware of the tenses of English language. We know the normal or the fundamental uses of each tense. But to set the platform, a foundation of my class, I shall just try to take you through the tenses first. As you all know, there are three main tenses in English language, for that matter, all the languages, because our conversation is limited always to 3 time slots. Tenses are nothing but the expressions or the platforms which tell us the time slots in which that particular sentence is working. Converse, we all write, be it verbal or written. Our communication is restricted to 3 time slots, that is present, which is now, past, which is before this, maybe 100 years ago or yesterday's, whatever it is, but it is before this, not now. And one is the future, which is not now, but ahead of this. So there are three basic or fundamental tenses, three categories: past, present, and future. And we also know that tense is depicted only by the verb of the sentence. A sentence is in present tense, past tense, or future tense. The change is brought in only in its verb. No other word changes as per the tense. It is a verb which decides the tense of the sentence. So, as I told you, there are three tenses. If you go again into the subdivision of each tense, there are 4 subtenses in each tense. So I shall quote only one of them, and it applies to all others. Let me take the present tense first. And as I told you, this is only the building block. Present tense, for that matter, all the 3 tenses have got 4 subtenses in them. 1, simple. The second, the simple is also called indefinite. I want to underline this, stress it, indefinite. The second one is continuous. The third one is perfect. And the fourth is perfect continuous. When we address it to particular tense, we name it as simple present tense or present indefinite tense. This is one category, one subcategory rather. The second one is present continuous. The third is present perfect. And the fourth one is present perfect continuous. So the same applies to past tense and future tense. What is the subtle difference between these 4 subcategories? Usually take the example of eating a banana. That, tells us the exact difference between these 4. See, I'm holding a banana in my hand. I have not peeled it out yet. When you ask me, what do? I say, I eat a banana. This we categorize it as simple present tense or present indefinite. Why indefinite? The earlier I stressed upon this is there is indefiniteness in my statement because the action has not yet started. Simple present tense is the time slot where the action which is depicted by the verb has not yet begun. It is not yet started. It is yet to begin rather. So that condition is expressed by simple present tense. So I eat a banana. I read a book. I have not yet opened the first page of that book. I hold the book and I say, I read the book. I go to office. It's a statement. You can say it is my intent which I'm expressing. It's my intention which I'm expressing to you. The second one is present continuous. As the word itself expresses, continuous. If I bring back you to the same analogy of banana, I have peeled the banana out. Half of the banana is in my stomach and half is in my hand. And the process of eating is in progress. That's when I use the word, I use the tense present continuous. And I express it by making changes into the verb form. It is only the form of the verb which changes and the tense changes. I say, I am eating a banana. So you all know the rules. We put ing and use the to be verb as per the requirement. So this is one condition. The next stage is present perfect tense. I have eaten a banana. This is the time slot when I throw the peel of that banana down and you hear the sound. What I mean to say is the action has just completed. That is the time slot when I should use the tense present perfect. I shut the book, either reading whole or for the time being, I have closed that book. So I read this book. It means you should hear that sound of shutting the book. That is the exact time slot when I should use the present perfect tense. And you all know that the verb goes to V3 form. That is, I have eaten. Past, present perfect. I use the verb form past participle. And I use the to have verbs as per the requirement. This is the third form of the verb. Then there is a fourth form, which is used but bit rarely, is present perfect continuous. Here, action has already started long back. Long in the sense need not to be a year or so, but yes, it has started. It has been continuing, and till date, today also on this particular day, I have completed it. If something is there of that sort and you want to express it, I say, I have been eating a banana. It means somebody has advised me to eat. I started eating last month, every day. I ate it for this complete month till date. I have eaten a banana in the morning also. So I say, I have been eating a banana since June for a month, whatever it is. But the action should be like this. These are the fundamental things based on which I decide to use a particular tense. And these are the normal use of that particular tense. In this way, we have got 12 tenses, 4 into 3, 12 tenses in English language as far as the action verbs are concerned. Then we have got to be verbs, where there are around 2 more tenses, to do verbs and to have verbs. But as far as the action verbs are concerned, there are 12 tenses. In addition to the normal work which a tense does, we have got some special uses because we have got so many expressions to be conveyed to, so many ideas to be conveyed to the people we are communicating with. We have to have lot many expressions. The natives will not struggle. I do not struggle in my mother tongue. Neither somebody has taught me sitting like this. Special uses of present tense and so. But the non-natives or the foreigners for that matter, as English is a foreign language to me. Foreign in the sense, it is not in use, day-to-day use. I have to struggle, I have to learn. I don't claim that all natives use or speak or write English properly of their own. In a lighter way, in the lighter mood, Sri Rahul Roy Chowdhury is the CEO of the app, famous app of Grammarly. He is a second generation American, Indian American. He is not a native, but he is the CEO of that grammar app. What I mean to convey you is that one who takes interest in grammar makes his language effective, makes his language sharper. And that is all about the communication. So now, as the title of the lesson goes, we have promised you to share 13 special uses of tenses. And as our facilitator expected we have got some bonus also. So let me share a paper with you that will visually also help you as well as me as a teaching aid, so that we'll not miss or spoil the rank. Let me share the paper with you. Yeah, here it is. I think you can all see this. So, as I told you, the simple present tense traditionally speaks about the banana in my hand which has not yet been peeled out. It is used just to express the intent, I eat a banana. But now, when I say about the special use of simple present tense, there are so many. I can start with the first one, that is to express habitual action. Please remember that I am dealing with simple present tense. I am using it not to express the non-peeled banana, the time slot of that. I am expressing it as a special case, that is the habitual action. As an example goes, she exercises for an hour daily. This is an expression, this is an idea which I want to convey to you. Somebody is exercising in my home or in my friends or relatives. I want to tell you that she is in a habit of exercising daily for an hour. So the grammar says you must use simple present tense to express this. And when grammar says this, let me make the point clear that if you want to be right, we don't have any other option but to follow. I can't make my own rules in grammar. It has already been set and I have to follow simply if I want to express this. So habitual action, I must use simple present tense as she exercises. I have made the verb bold so that you can have a glimpse of it, that exercises is a third person singular. We should carry yes or es with it. So I can't say she is exercising. It's wrong. If you want to express this, what is that? Habitual action. You want to express the idea of all habitual action of that lady. She exercises for an hour daily. My father walks a mile every day. My dog wags its tail whenever I come home. My dog barks at strangers, barks, wags, exercises, walks. This is the simple present tense and helps me to express habitual actions. Okay. Again, the second one, the second special use. Please don't take that simple present tense itself has got 13 special uses. No. All the 12 tenses together have 13 to 15 say special uses of them. I am dealing with the simple present tense first and we'll go in a queue. The second one is to express universal truth. I don't have any other option but to express it in simple present tense. I can't use any other option. It will mislead us if I use any other option of tenses. As universal truth, as you all know, universal, which is true in America as well as Japan. So the sun rises in the east. The sunrise always takes place in east, and it is also called a Trikala Satya in our language, which is true for all the three time slots, that is past, future, and present. Such expressions are to be in simple present tense. That is, the sun rises in the east. The sun sets in the west. You can't say the sun set. Or you can say mother is the first teacher. This is universal truth. Mother in every country, mother every time, be it Kunti, Jizabai, my mother, your mother is the first teacher. And you can never say mother was the first teacher. As I told, it misleads. If I say mother was the first teacher, it means she is not now. Mother is, she has been replaced. It gives that meaning. So I should always use simple present tense to express universal truths. Number 3, the future event that is pre-scheduled. The future event that is pre-scheduled. Something has been scheduled already. For example, the next flight is at 7 a.m. tomorrow. If you take the time slot of that particular sentence, it is, I am talking of tomorrow 7 a.m. I am at 5 p.m. today. I should have used future tense. The next flight will be at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Actually, they should have been there. But as the flight is pre-scheduled, the timing of its flight is pre-scheduled, I must use the next flight is. I can't say will. The train leaves at 5 o'clock in the evening. Suppose if I am at 7 a.m. in the morning, and if I am telling somebody, I should say that train leaves at 5 o'clock in the evening because it is pre-scheduled. Daily it goes at that time. If somebody asks me when is the next train, the train leaves at 5 o'clock in the evening. So leaves tells us that the verb is in simple present tense. Though the action is going to happen in the future, as it is pre-scheduled, I am sticking to simple present tense. Next, the 4th special use is vivid narratives. Vivid narratives are the one which we find in running commentaries. Something is happening in front of me and I'm explaining. Contemporary. So we can recollect all our cricket commentary which we are listening and we have been listening, that it is told like this: Ali runs from Garwara end and bowls. Because he is seeing somebody running, that is the vividness. He is expressing straight away. Rustam lifts his opponent, WWF for a wrestling match, lifts his opponent and bangs him hard on the floor. Lifts, bangs, bowls, runs. As I told you, all are in simple present tense. And please concentrate only on the verbs, because it is a verb which tells you the tense. Right? So, all vivid narratives. If we have been assigned tomorrow to give some commentary, please remember this. We have to stick to simple present tense. Then the 5th one is to introduce quotations or proverbs. Please understand a bit. Quotations. Quotation is something which I am quoting, which has been already uttered by somebody. Number 1. Quotations are also usually the proverbs, or as we told, I discussed the universal truths. Let us first see the example of quotation. Somebody has said already earlier, and I'm quoting. So, this is my way of telling. Gandhiji said, he said some time ago. And that there are 2 ways of quoting somebody. One is I should use the indirect form, reporting form, by putting that in between. Or the second example, which I am using the quotation mark. But if I am reproducing a universal truth said by Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhiji might have told many things, but the universal truths which he has told somewhere in his lecture, and I'm quoting it, in his book, and I'm quoting it, there is two ways of telling this. One, Gandhiji said, and I quote. Otherwise, I should say, Gandhiji said that. He said, you all know that honesty is the best policy. If you recollect the rules of reported speech, indirect speech, we have been asked to change this is, that is the verb of the reported speech, as per the verb of the reporting speech. As the reporting speech said is in past tense, I should change this is to was. But if it is a quotation, if it is a universal truth, I am not supposed to change this. I should keep as it is, because honesty is the best policy, is a universal truth. Nobody can deny this. It is true throughout the world. It is true throughout the time. So when I am quoting somebody of the universal truths, this is the expression. Or there is one more example. Swami Vivekananda says, I have taken this because I am quoting. So this says also I should take, because I am quoting as it is. I am just reproducing his words. Vivekananda said in the 19th century or so. But I am quoting now. I should use simple present tense and say Swami Vivekananda says. Use the quotation mark. This doesn't appear in my colloquial language, in my verbatim. But the tense I use expresses that I am sticking to the simple present tense. The verb form speaks that. See, Swami Vivekananda says, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. This whole sentence, all these verbs, arise, awake, stop not. Though it is in an order form, they are all in present tense. And mainly I should concentrate on this, that Vivekananda says. And this is also for your kind information out of the day's topic. This has also been quoted from Upanishads by him. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Pratyavaran Nibodata. Awake, arise, and stop not till the goal is reached. So my stress is on the verb says. Whenever I quote somebody, I should use this. Whenever you quote a universal truth, you should stick to simple present tense. No other tense can be used. Then, number 6. There are sentences where we go for using complex sentences with conditional clauses. Conditional clause is the one where, as first of all, the word clause comes in when we use more than one sentence into one. Club the sentences into one. So conditional clause is the one where I put some conditions, then I speak. Usually there are two forms. One is I put condition of the past and speak. One is I put condition of the future and speak. When there is a combination of future, when there is a futurity for that work, I should use simple present tense. Usually the condition clauses or the sentences start with the words if, unless, when, while, before, after, until, etc. Just see. This example I am quoting you, which will make you to understand it in a better way. I shall glance over the album. I shall glance over the album. I shall glance is in future tense. I shall glance over the album till you finish your lunch. Somebody is due for his lunch. It is a time of his lunch. I am telling him, I shall glance over the album. Otherwise, I should have told, I shall glance over the album till you will finish your lunch, because he has not yet started. He will take time and finish it after some time. Though the finishing should happen after some time in futurity, I am forced to use this by grammar that this is a conditional clause with till in the middle. I shall glance over the album till you finish. Till you finish is the verb which is in simple present tense. Till, it is wrong to say till you will finish your lunch. Till you finish your lunch. The second one, if it rains, I shall not come. See, you just visualize the situation. I am in the morning hours with some of my friends, and we are chalking out a program. I am telling them, if it rains, probability, it has not yet. If it rains in the evening, I shall not come. I shall not come, I should have used, if it will rain, I shall not come. No, it is a conditional clause. So I must use, if it rains, I shall not come. I am giving only the glimpse of it. Note it down, remember it. Or this lecture will be posted on YouTube. Go through once more and convince yourself and remember this. The next one is, just I am quoting some examples. I will help you in your testing times. I will help you in your testing times. Condition is, if you help me today. If you help me today. So my conditional clause is in simple present tense. Right? So we have seen up to the 6th rule. I shall take you to the 7th one. The 7th one is a bit shocking. It may bring some tremors. That is, there are verb forms which are categorized as stative verbs. Usually, verbs are the words which show some action, barring the to be verbs and to have verbs. But the stative verbs are the one which look like an action verb, but practically there is no action in them. Those are the stative verbs. Usually, what we do with our senses, what we feel. Like, I feel. My feeling may be love, like, hate, dislike. Okay? These are my feelings. These are the verbs. These are the actions, but without any dynamism in that. So, if such are the verbs used in your sentence, it is barred to use it in continuous tense. You may be shocked to know, I am loving is a wrong sentence. I am loving you, I am liking you is wrong. I am loving you gives altogether a different meaning. It is always I love you, I like you, I understand you. The child recognizes his mother. Suppose a child grows up to 3 or 4 months, we usually say the child is recognizing his mother. No. Because recognize is a work of the brain or say mind, but without any action. Action in the sense without any dynamism in that. I'm not moving my hand like run, read, speak. Okay, so please take care. Please, I'm drawing your attention to the word stative verbs. They cannot be used in continuous tense. They should always be used in simple present tense. So She loves flowers. She is loving flowers is wrong. She likes flowers. My child recognizes her mother now. Usually we go wrong. My child is recognizing her mother now. This is the usual expression. But as I told you, no native speaks like this. And there comes the difference. Right? Now, so the 7 special rules were from the simple present tense. Then we'll move to the next one, the 8th one, from the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense was the one from our analogy that half of the banana was inside and half was in my hand, and I was using the expression, I use the expression rather, I am eating a banana. Right? So, usually we use I am teaching, we are learning, etc. So, what is the special use of that particular tense then? That is, for a temporary action which may not be actually happening then. Please understand the situation. For a temporary action which may not be actually happening then means when we are talking, when we are visualizing that situation, that may not be happening then. If somebody asks me, or in a conversation I say, nowadays I am reading Dr. Bendre. I am reading Dr. Bendre. I am reading Shakespeare nowadays. What do you mean by that? It is not necessary that I opened a Shakespeare's drama in front of the person with whom I am conversing and I am using this tense. No, it is in my shelf. But I have already read some pages, kept it there. Usually I read it at night. It is in progress. It may take another 5 or 6 days to complete it. But when I express that action, I must use this tense that nowadays I am reading Shakespeare, or nowadays I am reading Dr. D.R. Bendre, Kuvempu, whatever it is. She is rendering service in an old age home. I'm just giving you the context of what I have written. She is rendering service. Rendering is in present continuous. She is rendering. Visualize the situation. I am sitting with my daughter. She has just finished her graduation. Somebody comes and asks, what is she doing? She has completed her graduation recently. Then I say, she is rendering service in an old age home. It doesn't mean that she is there in the old age home and serving some old lady or a man. No. Nowadays, she takes out some time of her routine, goes there and helps. And she does it daily. And she has made up her mind to do it for some time. Then I say she is rendering her service in an old age home. You can't use any other tense to express this. As I told you, these are the special uses. These are the expressions of special situations. So if you want to express that, you have to use this present continuous tense. So I think I have made myself clear that a temporary action which may not be actually happening then. My daughter is sitting beside me. You can visualize. She has got a free time after finishing the graduation and she is rendering services. Right? Then the 9th one is for an action which has already been arranged. Means, see, my brother is arriving tomorrow. We tell this. I am going to Bangalore tomorrow. He is arriving, I am going are the verb forms in present continuous tense. But I am speaking of tomorrow. I should have shifted myself to future tense. I will be, I will. But as it has already been arranged, like our example, schedules. Arranged and scheduled is a difference. Schedule is a continuous verb. It leaves or flies daily. This is a temporary schedule, and I am expected or arranged everything so that I reach Bangalore tomorrow. So that time I say, my brother is arriving tomorrow. I am reaching Bangalore tomorrow. I am going to the drama tonight. My tickets are booked. Everything is arranged. I am at 6 p.m. now. So I am going to the drama tonight. Actually, it should have been in future tense to take that literal meaning of the tenses. But these are the special uses which are used. This, as I'm stressing on the point that these uses differentiate between the natives and non-natives, knower and the non-knower of grammar. Right? Then present perfect tense, as I told, we can come back to that example which I gave you. Present perfect tense is the one where I have eaten the entire banana. I have just dropped the peel into the dustbin and I heard the sound. And so also the people around me. So I say, I have eaten a banana. That is a condition. That is the actual use of that particular tense. But in addition to that, the 10th one of special use is action started some time back and still on. Almost similar to that of the present perfect continuous. This is one more way of telling. That is, I have lived in Bangalore for 10 years. I have lived in Bangalore for 10 years. It means the 9 years and so many days already lived. And today I am telling on the final day, I have lived in Bangalore for 10 years. Because this is a usual expression, this is a usual conversation which we have with our friends and, our kith and kin. In a society, this is a usual talk. I have lived in Bangalore for 10 years. We have not met Gopi for several months. Several months actually should have been a past tense. Past several months, no? But today I stand and tell, I have not met Gopi. We have not met Gopi using the present perfect tense. And this is the right expression, right way of expression rather, right usage of the tense. So we have not met Gopi for several months. As I told you, please note down these examples if you are not knowing it earlier, if you are not aware of it earlier. Then form your own examples and get convinced. Then the 11th special use is a past action. I am talking of present perfect tense. And see this, a past action whose time is not known, whose time is, I am not sure of the time rather. Like, my father has visited Japan. I don't know. When did he visit? It is a past action. My father went somewhere, I don't know at what time and in which year he went. But if you ask me now, when I am not sure of the timing, I say my father has visited Japan. My father has been to Japan. Has been also in present perfect. Be is a base word like visit, visited, visited. Be was been. I am again using the past participle of be. So my father has visited Japan. I cannot put any date on that because I don't know. That is a time when it requires. Then, have you played cricket? What do you mean by that? Have you played cricket? Because this communication has to touch your heart and brain. You should know what the other person wants to tell you, convey you. unless we know the special uses of this, yeah, this is this. The meaning doesn't touch our heart. No, it is like a overpitched ball, bouncer rather, which goes above our head. We don't, enjoy it. No, there is a saying that who enjoys the sugar cane the most? One who has strong teeth. The other person who has the weak teeth, he also finishes a length of sugar cane, chewing it, but he doesn't enjoy as good as a person with a strong teeth enjoys. And this happens. This happens with the grammar. The one person who is well versed with the grammar enjoys a particular write-up or a book or a work more. It is directly proportional to his knowledge of grammar. Wording can be found out. There is a dictionary. There is a Google. I can type it and find out the meaning of it. But the grammar has to be digested. So I enjoy this when I know this. What is he asking? By telling, have you played cricket? He is asking me about my past life. He is not sure of the timing. Have you played cricket in 1978? He is not asking that. He is asking, have you played cricket? Has she read Vivekananda? She read Vivekananda. He is he's impressed by somebody's talk or somebody's knowledge in a particular field. And he's asking, has she read Vivekananda? Okay. Please visualize. That's why I'm keeping you, with that example. Present perfect tense is used when the action has just completed. Is just completed. That is the time. But here we are using it in different time slots. But these are the special uses of that particular tense. Then the next one, that is 12th one, is the past actions whose effect gets prominence than the action itself or than the action when it has taken place. Just visualize again a situation. A guest has come to your home. You have offered him a cup of tea and you are searching for biscuits. You open that particular box where you usually keep your biscuits, and to your surprise, you see that only the wrapper has been left. The entire packet has been emptied by your son or daughter. So that is the thing, past action, because you don't know when your son or daughter has finished all the biscuits. You don't know. It has definitely. Once the packet is empty, it is a past action. But the prominence or the effect is now in front of the guests. So I say, he or whosoever is there, she has eaten all the biscuits. Oh, she has eaten all the biscuits. Has she eaten now in front of the guests? No, it is a past action, but the effect is troubling now. Effect is affecting now. So I must use present perfect tense. He has eaten all the biscuits. The second example, she has hurt her finger. This is another example. Just visualize that somebody is doing some kitchen work or say any writing work or typing work, and she's not able to type it properly or use a particular finger properly because she has hurt. She has got a cut on that finger somewhere, say 2 days ago. But the problem or the problem faced, the effect is now. It is holding her back now from typing properly. Then I must use she has hurt her finger. Or say after a use, it is bleeding. It is bleeding now. Oh, she has hurt her finger. Not by typing. It has happened somewhere else. But its effect is showing its prominence now. I must use she has hurt the present perfect tense. She has hurt her finger. He has eaten all the biscuits. right? So present perfect continuous is a tense which is normally used to its fundamental use. So I have put no special use of this particular tense I have come across. Simple past tense, the next one. As I told you, this simple continuous, perfect and perfect continuous occur in all the other two tenses. So in the past tense, the first one is simple past tense. Usually we use this particular tense saying, I received the letter yesterday. This is the normal use. That's why I have not put the numbers on that. This is a normal use, that particular tense. I received the letter yesterday. I met him a week ago. Or I left the school last year. With the time, I put this. Now, when the time is implied, this is a special use, 13th one. That is, when the time is implied, that is not expressed directly. Okay. Troubles. If you know, then it troubles. Okay. When the time is implied, when it is not expressed directly, we should use, see, I learned Hindi in Bhopal. I don't know in which year I learned Hindi. I learned Hindi in Bhopal. I could not sleep well. What is implied here? I learned Hindi in Bhopal means when he was in Bhopal, he has learned Hindi. The time is implied, indirectly told. You need not worry about that. Once he says, I could not sleep well, he means last night. Taking into consideration that people sleep only in the night time. So I could not sleep well means last night he didn't sleep well. That is implied, that is hidden, that is not told, exposed. That time we must use simple past tense. Okay. Now, as I told you, bonus in the sense, in the course of noting the tense, I could get some more very important rules and I added it. The past habits. Past habits. What do you mean by past habits? Again, visualize the situation. Two friends have met and they are discussing about their school days. You know that geography teacher, madam? Which geography teacher? Which madam are you talking about? She always carried her handbag, you know. What do you mean by that? It is her old habit. She always carried a handbag. What do you mean by past habit? Either that lady is not there, or if at all she is there, she is not carrying it now. That is the past habit. So in this situation, she always carried a handbag. I'm referring to her past habit so that my friend can recognize who was she. So I'm using the word carried, which is simple past tense. She always carried her handbag. Correct? Then, he studied continuously for many hours every day. It was a friend's past habit. You know, oh, he is working nowadays in ISRO. Oh, he studied continuously for many hours every day. That is the result. He is there in ISRO. So, we are talking of the past habits of somebody. We should use the simple past tense. Otherwise, the past perfect tense should have been used. To tell you, the literal meaning of past perfect tense is one which has taken place long back. We usually use past perfect tense, but with the past habits, when we talk of this special thing, special situation, we must use simple past tense. Then, from the past continuous tense, as past continuous comes with a to be, verb, was, were, etc. and an ing, that it was getting darker, the light went off while I was reading, something like that. But the special use is persistent habit of the past, persistent habit of the past. That is, he was always grumbling. He grumbled always is not the correct thing. The persistent habit from the childhood till end, finish of the childhood. Somebody is sitting in front of me now. Oh, he was grumbling always. This baby was crying. This baby was crying throughout the childhood. That is continually, always, which shows the frequency. Then she was continually crying throughout the night. That is a persistent habit of the past. It is not just yesterday she was crying or she was grumbling. Her past habits are depicted by this, are expressed by this. Then comes an interesting part. The last one rather in the series is the past perfect tense. Just visualize again one more situation, that there are two actions which have taken place in the past. Two past actions. When I say two past actions, they must have a chronology. One must have taken place first and one must have taken place after that. Then only there can be two actions. So the one which has taken place first, earlier to the second one which has taken place first, must carry the past perfect tense. With the example, you will come to know clearly. See, when I met him, he had lost all his riches, or riches means wealth. He has lost all his wealth. He had lost is the past perfect tense. Met him is simple past tense. So both meeting and losing are the two past actions, but losing of the wealth has happened first and I have met him later. So as I told you, when two past actions happen, the one which has happened before, earlier to the second one, must carry the past perfect tense. So here, losing of the wealth has taken place earlier. So I say, when I met him, he had lost all his riches. Or the easier example which we can visualize easily is, I went to the station, I went to the railway station, but the train had left. But the train had left. What do you mean by that? That is, the train left at 4:55. I reached the station at 5. Reaching my reaching to station at 5 is the later action. The earlier action is leaving of the train. So I use the train had left. And the later action is in simple past tense, that is, I went to the station. Okay. So these are the special uses of the tense, or rather I could list it. Please remember or say visualize this importance of this special uses of the tenses. Tense, as we study only 12 tenses and their fundamental use, we concentrate. Usually we are made to concentrate, rather, are not the end all in that. These are the special uses. These are used day in and day out in each and every book, each and every write-up. We use it, rather it has been used. It is only us to understand it properly. And as I told you, stronger the teeth, greater the taste, the enjoyment, more the enjoyment. Okay. So, Vikas sir, I am done with the day's topic.
That's true. It was quite fascinating.
So,
if you could explain all this in a summary manner, how do you explain that in a Hindi for the audience who has done, would like to understand in Hindi in a short, crisp manner?
No, it is like this कि हम अपनी भाषा में तो बहुत कुछ बोल जाते हैं, बहुत कुछ कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि अपनी भाषा है। कि मैं जब स्टेशन गया, ट्रेन छूट गई थी, हमें किसी ने नहीं सिखाया कि हमें ये कहना है कि ट्रेन छूट गई थी, ट्रेन निकल गई थी। और मैं जब गया था, मैं जब स्टेशन गया, मैं जब स्टेशन पहुंचा, ट्रेन छूट गई थी। पहुंचा इज इन सिंपल पास्ट टेंस, ट्रेन छूट गई थी इज इन past perfect tense. Nobody has told us holding our hand. But being, as I told you, there is an advantage of being native for that particular language. तो ये हमारे काम आ जाता है कि हम सही बोलने लगते हैं। लेकिन इंग्लिश जैसे फॉरेन लैंग्वेज है, तो इसके कुछ विशेष उपयोग हैं, जैसे मैंने लिस्ट किया कि, और जब ग्रामर कहता है तो उसको फॉलो करना ही पड़ता है। अगर हम ये नहीं, देयर इज नो चॉइस, बिकॉज एज आई टोल्ड यू ग्रामर इज अ लॉ ऑफ लेसन। तो ग्रामर कहता है तो रूल कहता है, रूल को तो क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते। अपना रूल बनाएंगे तो अपने लिए बन जाएगा। वी कांट बी एट पार विद द इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग पीपल। और मेन तो ये है, हमारी बात सुनने वाले तो कम होंगे। जैसे हमें अभी हमारे फ्यूचर बनाने के लिए इतने सारे किताब पढ़ के डाइजेस्ट करने हैं, उनमें ये सारे उपयोग किए गए हैं। तो इफ अगर आपको ये पता हो तो ही वो बात अच्छी तरह से समझ में आती है, नहीं तो ऊपर ऊपर से निकल जाएगी कि कुछ कहा है, वो मजा नहीं आएगा। इसलिए इस पे ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है। एंड एट द सेम टाइम एज से इन लीगल फ्रेटर्निटी, और अगर मैं वहां की बात करूं, जो टीचर्स हैं, लीगल फ्रेटर्निटी के एडवोकेट्स हैं, तो हमारा तो लेखनी पे ही पेट रखा हुआ है। जिंदगी हमारी लेखनी से है, किताबों से पढ़ना है, लिखना है। तो वी हैव टू बी मास्टर ऑफ दिस। तो यही है रास्ता कि ऐसे ऐसे क्लास अटेंड कीजिए। विकास चतुर्थ जी को मतलब फुसलाइए थोड़ा, और ऐसे कुछ पढ़ाए। वो इज एन वेरी ग्रेट टास्क।
अपने दोस्त को कह दीजिए वो अपने कुछ व्यूज एक्सप्रेस करें। Like once you shared that he had also taken one. Shrikant.
Sir?
He has to unmute himself.
Yeah. Once again, Patwardhan ji, namaskar, and Vikas ji.
नहीं सर, मुझे नमस्कार करने चाहिए, मेरे गुरुजी हैं आप।
In fact, it's my pleasure. I must thank you and Chatrat ji both, because you have been bringing such wonderful, very educative and informative sessions. Really helpful, not only for the advocates around, but then it will be helpful for anybody who would like to excel in his profession, because the correct expression is the basis of any success or progress. A comma here and there, an apostrophe here and there, tense wrongly used can lead to many complications. Not only in the job of advocates, but also in as leaders, especially those who are dreaming to become great leaders. It would always be ideal to know any language that they have to use it in the rightest fashion. Tabhi to, like you said, daan tagda banta hai, and the chewing and tasting becomes all the more better. So thanks once again. And you made it so easy. It's not so easy a topic. It is a complicated topic, but you made it so easy to comprehend with the examples that you have cited, starting from banana and then giving all the relevant examples of all those 13 plus 3 bonuses. It was really excellent, and hats off to you. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Shrikant and Mr. Vasant Patwardhan.
Sir, if
Like
you can
both of you.
kindly allow me for a minute.
Yeah.
ये मेरे गुरुजी हैं, मेरे मेंटर हैं. He is group captain Shrikant Hegde. Just recently rested, taken leave from his active service, and he is a well-read person. So his complimentary words I can take only as a pat on my back, nothing more than that. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Patwardhan and Group Captain Shrikant. And otherwise, what you have explained in such a subtle manner. Otherwise, they say tense are tenses. And so do stay connected with us tomorrow at 6 p.m. We have Mr. Venkat Sudarshan. We will be taking part 2 of the Transfer of Property Act. Do stay connected with us. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vandana.